9.
The Radio Wammo Breakfast.
Game junkie, Gerard Campbell.
Setting the tone, setting the scene. That there is the sound of Lara Croft. What? I hear you say, a Lara Croft game? I didn't hear that there was a Lara Croft game on the horizon. Well, there is, but only for the Xbox 360 and the downloadable arcade. And Gerard Campbell has had a first look at it last night. And
Good morning.
Good morning. I think it's just being released out onto the arcade today. So this is very fresh.
Yes, it is. Yes, I had a bit of a download last night, and it's a good old sizable download. It's 2.2 gig, which is getting up there for a downloadable title these days.
I mean, that's basically the size of a game you'd find on a disc.
Yeah, well, sort of. I remember the early days of the Xbox Live games. That they sort of had a limit of, I think, 500 megabytes or that sort of thing, and it slowly creeped up. So, 2.2 gigabytes is really getting up there in terms of, downloadable titles, but. It sort of shows when you can see it's graphically it's really nice, and it's I think there's a lot more effort going into a lot of downloadable titles now than there probably was when they first started. There's a lot of competition between downloadable titles, and it's a really good thing. But yes, as you said, new Lara Croft.
Yeah, now I know that. I mean, Lara Croft is an extremely popular franchise. It spawned the movie as well, and there's been many games since I last played. I think I last played. Maybe on the PlayStation 1? Was there a time?
Right, yeah.
Yep, so right, yep. I know it's moved on since then, but the whole thing about it was what? Puzzles and trying to solve and get out of situations.
It was, like the Lara Croft you would have played, when I did, I remember early days playing it. It was a third person, real sort of action-y, title, and it's sort of progressed in its sort of versions, but this time. This downloadable one, it's sort of the Lara Croft, it's quite different from what we're used to. Whoops, my camera just tipped over. Modern tech. It's as you can see from the video, it's a sort of an isometric. It's still a third person, but it's isometric with a fixed camera. So the camera, rather than the camera being really close to Lara, so you can see her and what's happening. It's drawn back, so you're getting a whole big view of the surroundings.
Okay.
But there's still. From what I've played so far, there is still a really big dominance of puzzles. Puzzles to solve. As you can see, there's enemies to fight. I mean, the basic story is that Lara was sort of tasked to find this sort of looks like a Mayan or an Aztec sort of artifact called the Mirror of Smoke.
Right.
And when the bad guy that had tasked her to find it picked it up. It unleashed some evil spirit of some god, and I can't even pronounce his name properly.
Yeah.
So he's been unleashed, and now Lara has to recapture this guy and then get him back into this mirror of smoke. So, you're going to find Lara's got weapons that we've grown up with. Pistols. She's got bombs now that she can unlimited supply of bombs that she can drop and that can blow up environmental puzzles and those sorts of things. She's got spears, and the change too is that these days is that you're still using the left stick to move Lara around, but you're moving the right stick to aim your weapons and stuff. So and firing with your trigger. And there's a lot of puzzles. There's you've got to roll balls, giant balls onto pressure pads, which will open up doors and lift up platforms. And there's foes that you've got to fight. You've got to avoid traps and. There's a few collectibles that you can pick up along the way. So I guess it's keeping with the traditional Lara Croft, and there's a lot of exploration, and there's lots of puzzles, and there's.
So it sounds like there's balance between exploration, puzzles, and combat, rather than an emphasis on any of them.
Yeah, I think there is. I think that near the end of the. And you also know that this game doesn't have Tomb Raider associated with it too, because a lot of the earlier Lara Croft games were Lara Croft, Tomb Raider.
Right.
So I think they're doing a complete different change of tack with this one.
And co-op mode as well?
Yes, there is a co-op mode. From what I understand, that at the moment the single player is only available, I think, at the moment, because at the moment it's only available on the 360, but next month it's going to be released on Steam for the PC and for the PlayStation 3, and I believe that then that the co-op mode is going to become available. So I may be wrong, but I think at this stage only, until the other two platforms get released, it's only the unless it's a co-op multiplayer. But I certainly know that there is, at the moment, you have an AI-controlled companion.
Yeah.
Who another mind guy who sort of can aid you and help you. So I haven't tried it because I've only had a Wii player, but I haven't tried it any sort of co-op yet. But you may well be able to do the co-op.
But if it is co-op, will you accept me into the game? Can I be Lara Croft's partner?
You can.
Or actually,
you can.
Or are we going to fight about?
Lara.
Who wants to be Lara Croft?
Well, you can be Lara Croft. You can be, because the other guy's some sort of mighty Mayan warrior.
Oh, right. Okay. I'll be the who played Lara Croft in the movie?
I think it was Angelina.
Angelina was.
I'm ashamed to say it, but I think it was Angelina Jolie.
I haven't seen it, but okay, I'll be Angelina Jolie. How's that?
Oh, you can. You'll
see the resemblance?
Beautifully.
Beautifully. Very, very good. Today I also found out, speaking to Dr. Jeffrey Brand on the show earlier, and I know you've already chatted to him, Gerard, for an article at the press as well, that I am basically the typical gamer. The typical gamer is 33, I'm 32, so there you go. I typify the average gamer in New Zealand.
You are Mr. Typical.
Yeah, unfortunately, Mr. Ordinary.
Mr. Ordinary. It's actually quite good though. I mean, I think it dispels that sort of, we've all heard that myth of, gamers are pimply-faced teens who, live in basements and wear hoodies and are antisocial and I'm sure there are some like that, but I think gaming's grown up, a lot, and those people that have played games, like me, we've grown up with games. We've played them when we were young kids, so now we've just moved on.
Yeah.
And a lot of us have now got kids, and then they're playing games as well. So it's sort of the next generation. So it's good to see that it's hit that mainstream and that it's an acceptable form of entertainment.
Exactly. It's okay to be a gamer, Gerard.
You can stand up and say it's okay. Yeah. I'm a gamer and I'm okay.
I'm out of the closet. Hey, thanks a lot, Gerard. We'll see you at stuff.co.nz in the Game Junkie blog, and also on Twitter as well, twitter.com/GameJunkieNZ. See you.
You will. See you.
And don't forget to play. We were just talking about Lara Croft there on the Xbox Live Arcade, and then eventually PlayStation also.